Hey you guys, this is Reldan again. Still continuing on with that priest run from earlier. I'm now at 2-2. Actually had a couple good games right after that previous loss, which all things considered, I still kind of regret a couple of the decisions made that game. But you play this game, you learn, you see your mistakes. Hopefully, you don't make them again. Hopefully this works out a little bit better this time. Okay, kind of an interesting hand again. Going up against a mage. Actually going to toss Mind Games back in because I'm going first, so there's no chance of getting it out on third turn with the coin. I'm going to keep the Soul Priest simply because having that around changes the options I have if I draw any of my other healing-related cards. So just the simple fact I have it in my hand means that I can play a little bit differently. I mean, if I get a Circle of Healing or something like that, I'm in a situation where I can plan on having a really massive kill everything on the board spell, and that definitely affects how I would go about taking my turn like this. So now I know that I have the potential to pretty much kill just about everything on the board. I'm gonna play the cleric. To some extent, it's kind of throwing her to the wolves, as it were. He can just kill her if he doesn't really choose to do a whole lot else on his turn. Okay, well that actually works out quite well for me then. That's kind of what I was hoping would end up happening, because now I will basically. I mean, I'm just going to take this for the free card draw while she's still alive. Yeah, I don't really want to throw my Tauren warrior away against his divine shield. And great, the for 1 mana I get a Novice Engineer. Yeah, I'm not particularly enthused with Mind Vision. It's not exactly the most impressive card of all time in my mind, but so actually this turn may in fact work out quite well, because I mean here's where that Soul Priest with Circle of Healing just gets ridiculous, because this is gonna be a one-sided board wipe that leaves me with a character, and then I am ahead on cards in hand, and he's gonna have to waste his next turn killing my Soul Priest, which he can do easily with his hero power, but still, I mean, that's he had the tempo of the game. Now he's lost it, and I've got a card advantage on him as well. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to assume he has like arcane missiles. Oh, okay, that's really, really kind of odd. I was not expecting him to do that. I guess he really wanted to get some cards. Fortunately, at this moment, Northshire Cleric's utility has gone down a little bit because I can't actually heal anything. But on the flip side, might as well take advantage of my ability to do damage with my healing. So I kind of expected that. I actually would have thought he would have done that last turn, but oh, and here's Mind Games coming out a little late, but better late than never. Really wish I had something I could do about that stupid Raging Worgen, because this is the scenario where this is exactly what I don't like to see, where he can kill my warrior, boost his guy up so he has the Wind Fury and the +1 attack, and then get another attack at 4 on his turn. It's kind of a little bit leery here. I might as well. I'm just going to get the stupid Novice Engineer out on the table. Maybe I'll draw something good. Can't really complain. Lightwell isn't all that bad of a card. Let's do it. We'll get the Lightwell out. He could kill it, I guess, if he really, really wanted to. I'm not convinced he's going to want to bother to do that. And use my last mana to heal. I mean, I could play Fade at this point, but I'm actually figuring he's gonna kill my Tauren Warrior anyways. Okay, yeah, so no real complaints about that. That's ooh, that actually works out quite well. This is the other. This is one of those other really, really awesome uses of Inner Fire is with these light wells. One thing I really like in this game is they have all these cards that seem kind of like they're supposed to be like walls from Magic, but they really aren't walls. They're, you know, I mean, they're basically, they are what they are. I mean, they're some sort of crazy just 0 attack creature that can't normally attack, but there's so many different spells in this game that can boost attack that, I mean, shamans take huge advantage of this. I mean, they throw out all these 0 attack totems, and then they play a bloodlust or something. I mean, I don't know how exactly you're supposed to bloodlust a totem. That one's kind of beyond me as to how that works, but apparently it's a thing that can be done. So I mean, they do it, and it seems to be at least somewhat effective. So I really do kind of want to kill that stupid Spellbreaker. I don't really like him having a 4/3 on the table when I don't have anything equivalent. And I think now is going to be the time when we'll just do a trade here. Get the Pyromancer out. Let's see. Yeah, we'll get the Pyromancer out. Hit him with the Leper Gnome, get him down to 1, and then we'll actually... let's see. Could do Fade and then Mind Games. Actually, we're going to do the Fade first. So we'll do the Fade. It'll kill the stuff. And then let's toss the dice. We'll see. Let's see what we get. Probably something crappy. Great. Yay, a Mana Worm. Wonderful. That's that is, I don't know. In theory, at some point, you're gonna. I mean, I could get like a Deathwing or, you know, a Water Elemental or just about anything with the stupid Mind Games. But traditionally, I end up getting something that costs way less than what I ended up paying with the Mind Games in the first place, and it's almost always extremely frustrating. On the bright side, the Mana Worm. I mean, I guess I can kind of make use out of it. We'll do the Thought Steal. Hopefully get something good. Hey, Flame Strike. That's my buddy. He's can't really complain too much about that. Yeah, I'll get the Fen Creeper out. At least it's taunt. It'll be able to somewhat stand up against his Water Elemental. I mean, he'll be frozen most of the game, but he'll at least be able to absorb a few hits. I'm pretty psyched about having Flame Strike, though. I mean, that spell is just... I mean, it's just awesome in pretty much every conceivable way. He seems to really, really want me to wipe the board, and I'm really considering doing it. I mean, I could wait for him to play something else, but I kind of want to get the tempo of this game back again, and I want to get the Flame Strike and get my Raging Warrior going. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm kind of counting on him not having any crazy huge bombs, because I feel like unless he just drew one. I mean, that's always possible, but I mean, he had the opportunity in the last couple turns to play a really big guy if he had one, and he didn't. So I'm guessing that he just doesn't have anything like that in his hand right now. But here's the card he just drew, so I mean, I mean, not the biggest thing I've ever seen. Oh, secrets. I do so love the secrets that are available. Now this actually works really, really well with my Raging Worgen. Surprisingly, it kind of sets me up to be able to do some really cool stuff with him. Trying to think of what all exactly I want to do here. Yeah. Okay. I think I know what with. Get up to 6 health. And let's see. I could hit him for 3. I'm not really that enthused. Let's go for killing him. I mean, that could be the Vaporize secret. If it is, then yep. I'm fine with that though. I really have no big complaints. We'll get Fade going. Get some more taunt. Draw some more cards. I really, really wouldn't mind getting right now doing mind control. This would be a good turn for that. Oh, fireball. Well, this will let me kill most of what they have between the Pyromancer and Thoughtsteal and Holy Nova. So I drop the Pyromancer, drop Thoughtsteal, which will do damage to everything. And then I drop the Holy Nova. And then that does another damage to everything. So I mean, overall, not bad. I mean, that's kind of like where that Pyromancer really comes in handy. Hey, there's that mind control. However, on this turn, I really want to start wearing down. Oh, that was a mistake. I don't even know why I was thinking there. I really needed to play that stupid flesh-eating ghoul first. Yeah, that was a huge error on my part, because the ghoul should have been a 3/3, and then he wouldn't be able to... Yeah, it's always possible he does this in the wrong order, but that's going to come back and bite me, I'm pretty sure, because he's going to most likely trade across the commando for my commando, and then his Arcanist will survive as a 3/1. Or that could be not at all what happens. That's a really strange spell to be waste. Okay, well, I mean, that's... One mistake begets another mistake, I guess. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Illidan. I love you, sir. You are my hero. Let's see. Now this is an interesting thing. Like, I don't really want to draw. I mean, he just popped his polymorph. I don't really. I mean, Illidan's 5 health. I really need this stupid guy to die. Now I could either mind control him, or I could use my Harpy on him. And I'm gonna actually go ahead and use the Harpy. I mean, I expect him to kill my Harpy and then and trade his guy for that. And I'm okay with that. It's like my thing is I want the mind control to be used on the guy he draws that I can't deal with. Like, if he draws his own, ridiculously huge guy. Anything that I have other cards that I can deal with, it means that I mean, why would I waste my mind control to deal with that? Shadow Madness. If only I had something to actually trade his stupid guy with. However, that does mean that I will go ahead and drop Mr. Illidan Stormrage, because I like Illidan. And I'm actually tempted to go ahead and play the Shadow Madness, simply because it will give me a extra thing. But I'm thinking maybe save it. No, let's put some pressure on. We're gonna go ahead and do it. He's gonna throw his guy into Illidan on his turn anyways. So. I honestly did not see that one coming. Did not see that one coming at all. Oh well. I think that is the first time I've ever seen Pyroblast played. I didn't actually realize. I mean, the guy has ended up getting a pretty dang good draft. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, he's got what? Yeah, this is that area I was talking about earlier in the draft where that it's the area where that priest ability just starts coming really in handy, because just that whole thing where I've got I can kill his guy and then heal my guy, and I can do that. I mean, as long as I've got guys that have reasonable attack but high toughness, I can basically just do that over and over again. He's down to 6 cards. I've actually got less cards in my deck than he does. Oh, that actually comes in quite handy. I'm actually thinking now would be the time to pop that mind control. I really don't want to waste the turns, and I mean, taking his taunt creature at full life is not going to be too bad, because this will let me get 5 more damage in on him. Gives me a taunt creature of my own. He's now on a clock. He's got 1 card in hand, and he's on a clock to basically try and survive for. Basically, he's got 2 turns. Now this is where it's kind of tempting, because I could play the Fade just to draw a card, but the more cards I draw right now, the faster I'm going to start taking damage from my own. But I mean, I'm probably not going to win the game off of nothing but the Stormpike Commando, so I'm going to go ahead and do it simply because I want to see what I can draw. And I think if I remember correctly, I've still got the Inner Light, so yeah, I mean, the Snapjaw plus the Inner Light, I mean, that's going to be a pretty big bit of damage I'm going to be able to do. Sadly, I made another blunder this game earlier. I already recognize from that turn earlier, because for some reason I wasn't even thinking about the fact that he'd probably end up with a or that he might have a stupid Flame Strike. So let's see. Actually, I'm going to hold off on playing the Soul Priest this turn, because it gives me a little. I mean, it's like he either is going to have an answer this turn to the stuff I have, and if so, then this game continues.
Your magic shall not save you.
Yeah, and I'm seeing. Now this is where I'm glad that I actually held that in my hand, because. Now I think, yeah, he's dead. So good. That worked out. If I had played the Soul Priest, then he could have silenced her. And yep. Hey, well there we go. Didn't completely scrub out with a less losses than wins. So hey, hooray, extra gold. Always a good thing. Well, I hope you found that to be an interesting game. I thought it kind of played out a bit interesting. Biggest mistake I made that game was for some reason on one of the turns I needed to use my healing on one of my characters to get him above 4 so that he'd be able to survive a Flame Strike. But I just kind of flubbed doing that and healed myself instead. Would have been a little bit, or definitely would have been more, would have closed the game out a bit better. But I mean, hopefully you saw some of the ideas in that game. Like, I mean, there certainly were plenty of opportunities there where I could have played Mind Control, but I chose to hold back on playing Mind Control. And I mean, there were just situations there where I could have put cards down and I didn't, because I felt that it wasn't the time yet to play them, and that if I held on to them, I could play them into a time period later where my opponent would basically no longer have the resources left in hand to appropriately react to them. And I think that ended up working out in my favor. This guy, I mean, he had Fireball, he had Flame Strikes, he had Pyroblasts, he had, I don't know, I felt like he had like three polymorphs. I mean, he had, for a mage deck, I mean, he was pretty stacked in answers for things. So, I mean, there certainly was plenty of opportunities there where, where he had an answer for almost anything I could have played. So it really just came down to getting him to waste his answers on stuff that I didn't care about, and then when he finally had no more answers left, then basically driving home the finishing blows. So anyway, that is a priest game. So I will catch you later.